everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today this is my 4th Slimming World diary update, so keep watching if you would like to see how much I've lost this week. So before I start the rest of this video, you'll have to excuse the state of me, because if you can't tell, I'm still pretty poorly, and I would say that I am coming up to, on Friday I'll have had this cold or whatever it is for 2 weeks, and I'm really not feeling very well. I couldn't really be bothered with that much makeup today, so I'm sorry I look rotten, but it's just the way it's going to be. But you're not here to see my face with makeup on, you're here to find out how much weight I've lost and what I've been eating and all that jazz. So I do have a few favourites this week that I thought I would quickly go into. The first of which are two sort of like meals or like food ideas, and the first one is sin-free pancakes, and these are something that was suggested to me by our leader in our group, and it's basically a pancake made up of eggs and sweetener, which basically sounds rank because it's like sweet eggs, but it does seem to work, I find anyway. And I've been having mine with banana and blueberries, and also like sometimes drizzled maple syrup if I want it. I'm aware obviously that I should be including some more like speedy foods in there, maybe some like strawberries next time, but it's basically just what I've had in at the time. And I do often have things like melon on the side of like my breakfast and stuff like that, but I've really been enjoying those. So I'm going to leave the recipe to that down below if you would like to find out how to make it and things like that. But I really enjoyed that. And then I also made the Slimming World pulled pork recipe that I found online on the Slimming World website, but I did do a couple of tweaks to that as well, and that was really good. I mean, there was a lot of love involved and labour involved in terms of like cutting all the fat off the pork joint and all of that, but the fact that it was in the slow cooker was just so handy, because I did it all in the morning, and then come evening time, it was Saturday night meal that I didn't really have to put that much effort in, and I did it as like a pulled pork pile up. And that was like a big salad, then a pile of sweet potato fries, and then a pile of pulled pork on top, and it was so good. So I'm going to try and do a recipe for that as well. If I have linked it down below, then that means I've already done that and put it on my blog for you, but if I haven't, then check back soon, because I'm sure that I will post it within the next few days. Now on to other favourites. I've really not got that many, because like now I'm kind of settling into the way of being clever with my sons and more like cooking from scratch, and I don't know, like I'm playing around with it a little bit more, so it's more recipes that I'm leaning to rather than like things that I want to eat like snacks or whatever, if that makes sense. The first thing that I've come across is this Canderel sweet crunchy stevia, which is like, you know, like the consistency of sugar that you would put in your brew, and it's like granulated, like less of a poofy dusty powder of stuff that gets everywhere. It like looks like actual sugar, if that makes sense. And I've been quite enjoying using this. I don't mind the taste of it. I still think the sweetener is rank, and I know that some people adjust to it, but it's just not happening for me. It really isn't. The only way I can have a brew at the moment is those you know, those drops that I've had in a previous video. I think it's like the Trezier drops or something, the caramel one. That's the only thing that goes in my brew, because I put a sweetener in and I'm like, it's just So I do like this though, it's not too bad. And I imagine for like baking as well, it might be a good option if you're looking for one. I also want to try suckrin, which is another one that's got more of that granulated feel to it, but I've not got my hands on that yet. Another thing, because it's getting cold, I'm absolutely freezing today, but I think that's more to do with me being poorly than anything else. But when it is cold, you like to have a hot drink, don't you, and like cozy up and stuff. And the Options hot chocolates are a nice little treat, to be honest, and they range in sins and they range in like calories. Like this one, 39 calories with hot water, but it's just something, and it's something sweet as well. I'm not sure exactly on how like many sins this is, but I'll find that out and put it here. But they're a nice one to have, and I've got the Belgian chopped mint one, and I've had a few as well. Then another thing I've really been liking are little like satsumas or clementines, like little oranges, because A, if you're going out and about, it's got its own cover on it, so it's not going to get like battered or manky like say like an apple sometimes does, or like berries can be a bit, you know, problematic, and I can just grab it and go, which is what I really like about it. And these ones are really sweet, and again at this time of year, like oranges and spice, that kind of, I don't know, I'm really enjoying them, and I've been going through these really quickly. So that's another thing, like if you're wondering about fruit, I always find that things like this get forgotten because we gravitate towards like berries and stuff, and these are way cheaper and they're dead nice. And then finally, for adult viewers, I don't think I've got anyone that's under 18 watching, I'm not sure, it's Bacardi and old baby bottles that I've not been using anymore for Daisy. These are too small, just with like markers to measure out how much alcohol I'm drinking. I like to go for Bacardi because it is, I believe it's 3.5 sins for 35 ml, so you could even make yourself a double and that would only be 7 sins, and then you could have like a couple of those at night, or 4 like single Bacardis, and that for me, right in there, like that is my Saturday night sorted. And I haven't drank wine or Prosecco, shock horror, I know, since I've started Slimming World, but I've not really like missed it so far. This has been really good. And what I might do, obviously like I'm running low now, but I might get another bottle and try and make some mojitos, but obviously I would probably use like a sweetener like this rather than sugar for those, but that would be a nice little change actually. So I might do that at the weekend and kind of like pimp things up a little bit. Then that is everything actually from my favourites. I've just realised I've forgotten something that I want to show you, so I'm going to be right back, 1 second. So these are them, and they're 2 recipes that I got from group today. Now obviously you really benefit from going to group. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I don't think I could do this online because I don't find it as motivating. Like I like going for starters because I go with 2 of my family members. I like going because it gets me out of the house. I like going because like you get to share people's ideas and you get to chat and have fun. And it's like a little family, and there's like people cheer you when you've lost weight and when you've got an award or you've hit target, and people are there for you and listen to you when you've had a harder week, and I love it. And one of the things I really like is the fact that like everybody shares recipes as well, and these are 2 from this week. The first one is speed soup, which I'm going to be trying next, which has basically got like tomatoes, mixed beans, peppers, baked beans, leeks, green lentils, carrots, dried lentils, onions, celery, stock, salt and pepper. Like I'm gonna make it and see what happens. Apparently it's like super speed soup, and it's perfect for boosting your weight loss, so that's one thing I'm gonna try. And then another one is this Cajun pasta dish, which is like chicken breast, onion, pepper, courgette, broccoli, extra speed if you want to add it, a tub of Kerry low spreadable cheese. Apparently 1 tub is 2 if you hexa, healthy extra rice, so I don't know how that works. Obviously this would be shared between 2 people, I think. And then there's Cajun spice, chicken stock and pasta, but I might try and do it with quark instead of like this spreadable cheese and see what it's like. So there's that, which I'm really pleased that I've got as well, because I might try that tonight actually for me and Bill and see if we like it. So I wanted to show you those, but now on to the weight loss bit. Now I'll be honest with you, I was fully expecting a gain or maintain this week, because I woke up this morning to my period, which is just awful. It's only my 2nd one since I've had Daisy, and they are particularly bad and quite heavy at the moment. And you know when you wake up, if you're a lady and you are so bloated and you just know, you're heavier, you feel it, your jeans are uncomfortable, your clothing's tight, you just don't feel right. And I stood on the scales this morning at home and they were heavier than what I was at the weekend. And normally first thing thing in the morning, that's when I'm at my lightest. So I was absolutely gutted. I really, really was. And I went there and I have actually lost weight, which I am so pleased about, except it's just a little bit less than normal at 1.5 pounds. But I spoke to my leader as I was queuing up to get weighed, and I said, like, you know, I'm really sorry because I had such a good week last week, but I don't think that I'm going to be an ideal slimming worlder this week because, like, you know, it's just not the right time for it. And she was like, why, what do you mean? I said, oh, it's that time of the month and I just feel horrible. And she was like, look, we call these, like, I think she said she called them star weeks, and like they are bound to happen. It affects all women really, and that anything that you've like gained, or like even if you maintained, it'll bound to like come off next week, so not to worry about it. And then I only went and lost weight anyway, which is really, really good. So according to my little chart, which I'm absolutely loving, and this is probably another favourite as well, I have lost 1.5 pounds. I worked it out, I've got 33 pounds left to go, which sounds ridiculous, but then I've already lost 9, so it's not completely unachievable, I don't think. Like, I hope it's not anyway, but I've lost 9 pounds in 4 weeks, and I'm really, really pleased about that, because like in another 4 weeks then hopefully I'll already be at my like 1 stone award, if not more. I did lose the most in my first week, but I think that was more like to bloat and like a big diet overhaul. So if I keep losing 2 pounds every week, then I'd be really happy with that. Oh, another exciting thing that I forgot to say is that obviously I had a really good week last week, and I was slimmer of the week, and I got my half stone award. But actually when I came home later that evening after I'd filmed my other video, I found out that I actually got slimmer of the month. So that is amazing, and I'm just really proud, because I thought I was just losing like bits, and like other people have such bigger successes normally, but I am losing steadily and continuously. I've not gained yet, which is really, really good. So I'm really hoping that I can like keep it up now. I am feeling really motivated. I went to a Macmillan coffee morning this week, and I went to a Thornton's, the Thornton's chocolate factory yesterday as part of like my blog and things like that. And both times I resisted so much food. I could have eaten so much more cake, so much more chocolate. At the Macmillan coffee morning, I tasted the tiny little bits to judge like who was the winner of the cake, and I only had like 6 little bits like this big, and that was it. Didn't have any more cake. And then at Thornton's, I tasted 3 chocolates when we got to the end of the factory tour. And I've come home with boxes and boxes of the stuff, and I have said to myself, I'm not going to eat them because I don't need them. Like, I don't really miss chocolate that much, and I'm really enthused, like hopefully by Christmas I'll have lost 2 stone. That is my aim, and then in the new year I can address losing anything that I might have gained over Christmas, and then also you know, tackle that last stone and just see if I can get myself to a point where I'm really, really confident with myself. So I'm going to stop rambling and quickly show you my body, and then I have to, let's see what time it is, I have to go and pick Bill up actually, so I need to be quick. So, I mean, I do have a big baggy jacket on at the moment, so sorry about that. So I'll take this off because I'm really cold. Oh, that feeling is horrible. But yeah, this is the state of me so far. I feel like my arms are really starting to lose weight now. Like, they're still big. I don't know. I feel like I've got really massive arms for some reason. And then this is my tummy. I am bloated. I don't know if you can see that, but I can definitely feel it. And like, I'm actually in quite a lot of discomfort this week. And this is the state of my stomach at the moment. Still a little bit jiggly and quite swollen at the moment, but I'm happy with that. What do you think? And then in terms of like the rest of me, then I don't know, I'm feeling quite pleased. Like this top is actually probably the least flattering thing I could have put on, but that's motherhood for you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week, hopefully with another loss, and good luck to all of you if you are doing the same. If you haven't started yet and you are worried about your weight loss, then that was me 4 weeks ago, and already I'm 9 pounds down. So just give yourself a chance. If you're unhappy, go for it. But yes, I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you next week. Bye.